Hi folks, it's Derek here from Stonecott Fine Writing Supplies. I've got a video for you today that is going to show the full range of 10 inks from Ven-oo-stas. But first, a little word about the packaging. So this is one of their ink bottles. As you can see, it's very minimalist packaging. Black card with silver foil embossed. And on the bottom you have a label showing the name of the ink. Hexagonal box for a hexagonal bottle. Very nice bottles. These are pleasant to look at as well as stunning inks. They have this wonderful V within a V logo, and although looking at the actual name Ven-oo-stas as it's written, you'd think it was Venvstas. Because they're Italian, they have this wonderful Latin flair, and in Latin a U is written as a V, so it's actually Ven-oo-stas. Wonderful little company, fairly new. Only started up in, I think it was 2019. I'm reasonably confident that Stonecott is the only UK supplier of both pens and inks from Ven-oo-stas. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the inks. There are 10 of these inks. I'm going to do an ink swatch with a cotton bud on both types of paper, and then a writing sample using one of our wonderful Ven-oo pens with a broad nib, so you get as much of the ink characteristics in the writing sample as possible. First ink is this gorgeous blue, Acqua di Spargi. So let's do an ink swatch. Do a second pass over the top. And again, a second pass over the top on the Ven-oo-stas paper. Acqua di Spargi. Acqua di Spargi. Number 2 is Arancio Tarocco. So here we go with an ink swatch. Let's do a second pass over the top there. And again a second pass on the Ven-oo-stas paper. And let's do a quick writing sample. Arancio Tarocco. And on the TR, Arancio Tarocco. Okay, our third ink is a very nice characterful deep grey. Some may say it's a blue grey. I'm not sure really. It's called Canna di Fucile. Here we go. First pass. And let's do a second pass over the top. Second pass over the top of the Ven-oo-stas paper. There we go. And now a quick writing sample. Canna di Fucile. Chile. Our fourth ink is this lovely brown. It's called Corten. At some point, let's do an ink swatch on the Tomoe River. This has actually fast become my favourite brown. Second pass over the top half, and now let's do the Ven-oo-stas paper. And let's do a second pass over the top of that. And a quick writing sample. Yeah, as I was saying, this has fast become my favourite brown. And it is Corten. There we go. Okay, here we have number 5. It's Fumo di Londra. It's a very nice shading grey, roughly translated as fumes of London or London fog. So let's do a ink swatch, and I'll do another pass over the top half here. And do the same on the Ven-oo-stas paper. And a second pass over the top of that as well. The second pass, for those of you who are aware of Penultimate Dave and his wonderful ink reviews, the second pass is to show the difference between a wet writing broad nib and a fine writing dry writing fine nib. So there we go, Fumo di Londra. Next ink to test is another lovely blue. This one is called Mare Aperto, roughly translated as open seas or open ocean. And it's a very, very nice blue. As with a lot of blues, hopefully you can see this on the threads of the bottle there. There's some sheening going on. Blues are one of the most common sheening inks that we see nowadays. So let's do a quick ink swatch, and you'll see that's a stunning, stunning, vibrant blue. And another, let's do a second pass over the top half. And then the Ven-oo-stas notebook. And let's do a second pass over the top again, and then a quick writing sample. Mare Aperto. Please forgive the writing. I know it's not as nice as some people's, but it's a heck of a lot better than it used to be. There we go, Mare Aperto. Okay, number 7, we have another blue. This, some people might call this a blue-black, but I just call it a dark blue. It's called Mirtillo. Okay, so here we go with a quick swatch of Mirtillo. Second pass over the top half. And then into the Ven-oo-stas notebook. And let's do a second pass over the top half of this one as well. There we go. And a writing sample. if I dipped it properly. There we go. Mirtillo. No idea what that means. I'm sure somebody will tell me at some point. There we go. That's Mirtillo. Ink number 8. It's a lovely deep dark green. It's called Muschio. This is definitely one of my favourite greens now. Let's do a second pass over the top there. When I first started collecting pens and inks, before I started the business, I was very much into the vibrant colours, and that is, being honest, what attracted me to the Venvstas ink range, was the vibrant Arancio Tarocco and Acqua di Spargi. But nowadays I'm finding a newfound appreciation, I think we should say, for the more muted palette of inks such as this Muschio. So the more muted colours have kept my interest. Ink number 9 is another vibrant one. It's called Rosa Canina. I think that translates as dog rose. So there we go. That's the swatch on Tomoe River. And now let's do on Venvstas paper. And a second pass over the top half there. And now a quick writing sample. Rosa Canina. Last ink of the 10, Vinaccia. It's a nice purple colour. So let's do a swatch. And let's do a second pass over the top there. And then let's do the same on the Venvstas paper. Over the top there. I'm thinking I maybe need to go over it again on the Tomoe River. Maybe I didn't do it justice. There we go. That's a bit better. So then, now a quick writing sample. And it's Vinaccia. Okay, so now that the ink has dried, let me show you a close-up of the samples. First of all, this is the Venvstas notepaper. So you'll see there's not a lot of sheening going on from any of these inks. The paper doesn't show sheen brilliantly, but it does show off the shading rather nicely. Go, here's the last 4, but you'll see in a moment the Tomoe River does show some really nice sheening and shading. So we'll start off with Acqua di Spargi, and you can see some serious shading around the edges. No sheen that I can see on there, but you'll see the shading in the writing sample. Then we have Arancio Tarocco. Again, no sheen, but you wouldn't expect sheen from an orange ink anyway. But some nice shading. Then Canna di Fucile. Now the label would have you think that it's a dark grey, but the second pass, and the writing sample look closer to black. And I really like that though. I very much like that. Then we have Corten, and you'll see some deep shading in the darker areas. That's a very nice brown though. On to Fumo di Londra, again a very light grey with the single pass. A double pass though shows very dark, and I noticed as I was cleaning the nib after that writing sample, the chromatography in that was absolutely beautiful. So maybe I'll have to do another video at some point with showing chromatography. Then Mare Aperto. Not certain if we can catch this in the right light or not, but you might be able to see just around the edges of the second pass, where the second pass of ink dried. Just see some sheen, hopefully. Okay then, Mirtillo, again no sheening, but plenty of shading. And Muschio, see how nice that green is actually. Bit of shading, no sheen. And Rosa Canina, this one surprised me actually. I've never seen this before, but we have a bit of sheen around the edges of the pooled area there. Some gold sheen. Again, not certain if you can see this in the light. And then we have Vinaccia. No sheening, bit of shading, beautiful purple. Right, there you have it folks. That is my video showing off all 10 Venvstas inks.